Before we move on, I actually want to stop you with some breaking news, and it's about something we were going to talk about later in the show, but this is such a interesting development that I want to stop the show now and talk to you about it.
Okay.
A tweet has gone out from Tony Khan a little less than 20 minutes ago as we are recording. Tomorrow, January 25th, Lexington, Kentucky, live on TBS, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, Wednesday night, AEW Dynamite, Mark Briscoe versus Jay Lethal.
Whoa!
Requested by both men to celebrate the life and legacy of the late, great Jay Briscoe on his 39th birthday, his longtime friend and rival, Jay Lethal, versus his brother, Mark Briscoe. And Dave Meltzer is reporting AEW has confirmed Warner Brothers Discovery changed its policy on Mark Briscoe. He's allowed to appear going forward. I said we were going to talk about this later. Word was going around as of this morning that Mark Briscoe was not allowed on Dynamite, and it has been reversed.
And about goddamn time. And do you think that, because that could have been the final straw, because that's what Uncle Dave had reported and several other fairly prominent sites, not just, gossip sites, had reported that still Mark Briscoe wasn't going to be allowed to be on the programming, he had said and done absolutely nothing. And I saw a bunch of tweets when I got up this morning from people tagging the various Warner Brother TBS accounts. And by the way, we mentioned on the experience, I've now had dozens and dozens of people either tweet or email a name of it saying, that's the no good son of a bitch. And of course, it's all different names because everybody's in charge of some kind of something over there at that company. But do you think they finally got tired of fielding all these angry tweets from wrestling fans and I assume emails and whoever has done whatever else they've done?
Well, Dave is now reporting, it just went out, AEW is also cleared to honor Jay on the show tomorrow night.
Boom! There you go. So the people in this case have spoken. I bet you that they saw the level of animosity that they were getting, and somebody somewhere reversed a decision because they probably didn't want it to go on any longer because they'd narrow it down at some point to exactly who this was and what their name was.
Maybe they also saw the level of love that everyone was showing the family and on the way to raise money for the family and the local community. I mean, it became a big story, and
yeah,
everyone. I mean, it's been universal love from everyone.
And maybe at that point they were ashamed of themselves, as they should be. Well, that's good. And because I even saw people tweeting, demanding or challenging them, the Warner Brothers Discovery people, to contribute to the fundraiser for Jay's family, since they wouldn't contribute to anything else while he was around to take advantage of it.
What do you think of Mark Briscoe versus Jay Lethal? Let's preview that for a second while we're talking about this.
For the first time, I think, in recorded history, I am actually overjoyed at the thought of seeing a match on AEW television. If they give them time to do what they can do, and if they don't try to do too much and get hurt in the process, that's probably going to be one of the better wrestling matches that we will see on that television program before and after.
I have to think it's universal that everyone is going to be just delighted to see Mark on that show. And it's going to, I got to say, seeing this news now, I'm really looking forward now to see this match.
And boy, put that on first. If anything can possibly hold the big bangers, do a nice package explaining who Jay was and what happened, and segue right into that match and give them the first quarter hour and part of the second one, and I bet you they would keep a significant portion of that audience.
Well, that's the big news, the breaking news. Mark Briscoe versus Jay Lethal on Dynamite. Certainly you'll hear this review this weekend on The Experience, but Jim, let's get back to something that...
And by the way, if it was Tony or whoever else stood up, or if it was the fans just by popular demand or whatever...
Or the wrestlers.
or the wrestlers, everybody.